The Yoruba people of West Africa and their many American descendants share a magnificent artistic heritage. Since the 11th century, Yoruba city-state kingdoms, with their highly developed art and religion, have flourished in West Africa in what is now southwestern Nigeria and the Republic of Benin. The Yoruba language is spoken by over 15 million people. The Yoruba today continue the traditions of their ancestors. For them, the world began at Ile-Ife.
In ancient days, at the beginning of time, there was no solid land here where people now dwell. There was only outer space and the sky, and far below, an endless stretch of water and wild marshes. One day, Obatala, one of the countless Yoruba gods known as Orisha, looked down from the sky and said, "The place below is nothing but sea and mist. If there were solid lands there, fields and forests, hills and valleys, the land could be populated by gods and other living things." Obatala went to Orunmila, who could reveal the forces at work in the universe, and asked how he should begin. Orunmila brought out his divining tray and cast the palm nuts several times to read their meanings. Then he said to Obatala, "These are the things you must do. Descend to the watery waste, taking with you a snail shell full of sand and a white hen." When Obatala reached the end of the sky on his iron chain, the sea lay beneath him all around. "If I let go, I will drown," he thought. Then Orunmila's voice came from above, saying, "The sand." Obatala removed the shell and poured out the sand. Again, he heard Orunmila's voice saying, "The hen." Obatala dropped the hen where he had poured the sand, and wherever the hen scratched became dry land. Obatala grew homesick for the sky, so he ascended the iron chain. He told the other gods about the land and the people he had created, and many gods decided to go down and live among the human beings. Obatala instructed them on their obligations. When you settle on earth, never forget your duties to humans. You are the protectors of the human race.
The Yoruba have a saying about the inevitability of change. The river is never at rest. Some aspects of people's lives run deeply and move slowly, while others flow quickly and change suddenly, like the currents of a river. These images exemplify a major theme of Yoruba art, that individuals are both creators of and created by their culture. By the time the Yoruba reached their ascendancy in the 11th century, they had established city-states that were the centers of Yoruba life and culture. The Yoruba live in a richly populated cosmos, descended from gods, ruled by kings and queens, advised by elders and chiefs, and guided by priests, healers, and diviners. Ancestors buried in the Yoruba earth continue to influence the lives of the living. There is power in every tree and anthill and bolt of lightning. Yoruba culture is a balance between the worldly and the otherworldly. Rituals ensure the continuation of the culture. The Yoruba cosmos consists of two distinct and interpenetrating realms, which the Yoruba visualize as the two halves of a gourd, representing this world and the world of the spirit. There is a Yoruba saying, "The world is a marketplace we visit. The other world is home." Yoruba believe every person and thing has its own generative force, called Ashe. Art and beauty result when this force is manifest. The essential nature of a thing or person is a source of beauty, whether pleasing or shocking to the eye. Ashe is the power to make things happen, and it is the source of energy and creativity among the Yoruba. This sculpture, carved by Abogunde of Ede, is an embodiment of Ashe. A female follower of the god Shango kneels before her lord. The thunderbolts are the sign of Shango's power. The pressure of the spirit within her causes her eyes to swell.
In ancient days, at the beginning of time, Orunmila visited Ife. The people begged him to remain, but Orunmila did not want to stay in Ife forever. So he taught others to communicate with unseen forces and to take action. He taught them how to cast palm nuts and how to understand the patterns. What Orunmila taught men about divining was never lost. It was passed on from one generation to another.
This divination tray is a symbol of the Yoruba cosmos, the visible world of the living, and the invisible world of the ancestors, gods, and spirits. The images around the border evoke the competing forces in the universe. Yoruba gods show humankind how to stay in balance with the forces of nature. This beaded crown was made for a king. The crown holds medicine symbolizing the king's spiritual essence. The veil of beads protects people from the very powerful ashe of the king's gaze. Birds are the symbols of the mystical powers of women. The birds at the summit of the crown represent the support of women which the king must have in order to rule. A pair of linked figures of man and woman are ritual objects that exemplify the founders of Yoruba city-states. These objects, like every object in this exhibition, evoke their own ashe. An 11th or 12th century terracotta head testifies to the antiquity of Yoruba culture and to the artist's gift for a startling naturalism. Yoruba artists between the 10th and 12th centuries created bronze sculptures that surpass in refinement and technique their European counterparts. An elegant head embodies many Yoruba virtues. Spiritually alert, the sculpture expresses confidence and composure. The naturalistic depiction of this particular person's ashe contrasts with another object from the same period, an abstract cone on a cylinder that represents a person's spiritual head. Here, the naturalistic and abstract exist together. The naturalistic represents this world, the abstract, the world of the spirits. Equestrian figures are about power. These Yoruba horses and riders testify to the importance of warfare in the formation of kingdoms from the 16th to the 19th centuries. During the period of the Oyo Empire, 1680 to 1830, and the civil war that followed its fall, warriors and kings played a major role in Yoruba politics. The image of the equestrian warrior was an important subject. It appears in many sculptural forms. Incorporated into house posts, the equestrian figure literally supports the individual household and metaphorically supports the larger political community. Early works in bronze and ivory illustrate the theme of leadership, of authority derived from ancestors and founders of the community. Bells shaped like the human face, armlets, a bronze stool, and woven cloth are used in ceremonies. Cotton, which grows on Yoruba land, is made into cloth on looms. Its many layers and symbolic designs add power, presence, and prestige to those who wear it. The Yoruba have a pantheon of highly individualized Orisha. The thunder god Shango with his double-blade axe was once a warrior king. Dance wands, altar pieces, and leather garments continue to attest to his presence. Among the Orisha are river goddesses, potentially volatile spirits who are responsible for storms and floods, as well as cool and soothing waters. The mediator Eshu, the messenger of the gods, represents the unpredictability of life. The two faces shown on some Eshu sculptures evoke the Orisha's ability to bridge this world and the other world. One of Eshu's symbols is the crossroads. It represents the choices people must make as they go through life. If not given his proper homage, Eshu can cause trouble. There are large numbers of twins born in Yoruba land. There is also a very high infant mortality rate. Twins are considered deities and their mothers are honored. If a twin dies, the parents may be told by a diviner to carve an Ibeji figure, to be cared for by the mother or the surviving twin. Women feed and bathed the Ibeji as they would a living child.
In ancient times, Yorubas believed that humans and animals shared the wealth of the world. Then, one day, a farmer of Oya began to hunt monkeys. The monkeys discussed ways of retaliating. 2 monkeys entered the womb of the farmer's wife. They were the first Yoruba twins. The twins died, and each time the farmer's wife again became pregnant, the same thing happened many times over. The farmer became desperate. He went to consult a diviner. The diviner said, "Your troubles come because you have been harassing the monkeys. They have sent babies born to die to your wife's womb. Let the monkeys eat in your fields." The farmer allowed the monkeys to come and go as they pleased. In time, his wife gave birth to twins, and they lived. But twins are not ordinary people. If they are pleased with life, good luck and prosperity will come to their parents.
Women play major roles in Yoruba society. In addition to their roles as queens, priests, and river goddesses, women are prized for their ability to multiply, as mothers who bear children, and as those who historically control the markets and trade. Older women are believed to have special contact with the spirit world. Gelede is a dance with masks and costumes in which men portray women and solicit their support. Gelede honors and entertains women, encouraging them to use their power for the benefit rather than the detriment of society. The spirits of departed ancestors are represented and honored in elaborate masked dances called Igungun. Ancestors are perceived as departed but not dead. They live in the spirit world and are available to their descendants for support and guidance. Work from the 20th century demonstrates interactions between those living on this earth and the forces of the spirit world. Yoruba continue to value generative force and individuality, the central role of divination, the richness of the Yoruba pantheon, and the use of objects as expressions of the sacred. These sacred objects suggest an extraordinary diversity of personal artistic styles. The lives of people and of objects are intimately entwined in Yoruba culture. Artists employ a wide variety of media and techniques: pottery, dyed and woven fabrics, iron, brass, bronze, leather, shells, beads, wood, ivory, and stone are used to create multimedia ensembles that embody the ashe of the culture. A belief in the positive values of change has kept the Yoruba system alive, because their belief system embraces multiple perspectives and the need for continual reflection and interpretation. The Yoruba religion continues to this day. There are few systems with as long and rich a history. That history began at Ile-Ife. The forces that created the world at Ile-Ife continue to play their roles today.